It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And coming up, it's two teams who made their NFL debuts together back in 1976. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one.
And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Up in the booth alongside Brock Ewart, I'm Kate Scott, and we are grateful to be up here today because, well, it's been raining pretty heavily all day, and that's certainly going to make it challenging to operate if you're either one of these offenses, Brock.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, Kate. Yeah. Hopefully you practice this week knowing some rain was in the forecast. Hopefully everybody on the sidelines, the umpire on the field, and all the footballs they will use today shuttling in and out, you can have that grip. And I'll also say this, keep an eye on the gloves. That technology helps these players in these environments more than certainly players of the past. Quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, everybody got to handle that ball carefully today.
Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And we're underway from Seattle. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Right back to Irving now. Dukes out a one-stop, and they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Godwin, the man in motion left. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's first and 10 at the 28. Play fake. It's Mayfield. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Mayfield to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Mayfield set to pass. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Baker to throw. Cut near the goal line. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Irving has the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Steven Sims with the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All set up now for 1st and 10. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And his short run's going to get them into enemy territory to the 49. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
He just throws this one away.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Darnold looking to throw. Getting out to his left. He's running for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Darnold. Taken in by Noah Fant. And they get this down to the 28. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. From the 23. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Seahawks respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. On the return, here's Palmer. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their 2nd drive coming up. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They bring the tight end in motion. 3rd and short, Mayfield. That's caught for the first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Baker now from the gun. Fires right away, but incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Baker throwing again. We've got a screen to the running back. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Mayfield to throw again. That one's caught along the left sideline. And in, touchdown Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers break the tie here in the 1st. Mike Evans with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Sims now on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Seahawks taking the field for their 2nd possession. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Darnold. That's taken in by Cup. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 36. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He rolls to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Pick up a 5 on that play, and the Seahawks will have a first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now an inside give to Walker. And this is a nice gain. That stopped at the 47. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 47. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They're going play action. Into the hands of Walker. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Byron Murphy there to make the play. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Once again, Irving. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, here's Baker. Evans brings in the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, here's Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Baker now off the play fake. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. A quick 2nd score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
Yeah, I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines, because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker, because we know in this league, When you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Seahawks offense running out now. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense just coming to life before our eyes, Kate, taking advantage of the situation they're in. You just feel their creativity. Right? When you get a lead like this, it just allows you to be a little looser, to play a little bit faster, and to continue to make an impact that time with a sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing here, Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt at 53 yards. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now it's Irving. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. They'll have it 2nd and 8. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Mayfield now from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now a carry by Irving. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They put a receiver in motion right. Throwing, Baker. That pass complete to Irving. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
3rd and just 2 to go. Baker out of the pistol. Into traffic, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Irving will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Going with Irving here. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Buccaneers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the 2nd time around.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Buccaneers stretch their lead to 21. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return starts at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. They're down 21 now after that last score, and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 41. He lets one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Seahawks get it back to a 14-point game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run this with Irving. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Carry here for Irving. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Myers' kick is good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead. And that's going to award their offense a first down.
Automatic first down.
You hate to see this on fourth down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a first inside the red zone. No place to go, so he just threw it away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Darnold now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks make it a one-score game in the first half. Right on the edge of the goal line for first and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a first down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Myers to add the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Palmer. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. No, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Offense to the line for second down. To throw, here's Darnold. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Third and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on fourth down. He'll try to connect on a 50-yarder. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And the deficit stays at 7.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Irvin here from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that one's incomplete.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. He's on the move. He can run it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Here we go. It's Mayfield. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
On 2nd down, a run with Charbonnet. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
To the air, 3rd and long. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Michael Dixon on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Buccaneers and receiver Mike Evans headed back out. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Baker to throw. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st down, here's Baker. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Godwin, the man in motion left. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Got his target, it's Otten. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 47. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line.